Oh, what is going on, everybody?
Oh!
It is Pixel Partners here, and welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney 2. When we left off, we're over back in Japan, where Susudo has now donned the disguise of Naruhodo's cousin to help defend her best friend in court.
"Quote unquote" cousin.
What wonderful webs that are woven between the two stories of someone defending their best friend and
webs that are woven.
I give up on my statement. That's it. Ooh woo. Okay.
Oh no!
That's cursed already.
You're canceled now. That's all it took.
I deserve it after that one. I deserve it. Okay, so I don't know if they want us to ask all three questions or if they are expecting the proper question of what a proper attorney would ask. I mean, I figured a proper attorney would ask about the undying motive. But we'll go ahead and ask and load them together if it makes us ask the first one. It probably wants us to ask all three of them.
Excuse me, may I ask a question, Haori?
There we go.
You said my name right. No. Yes, what is it, wait, no, I mean, Mr. Naruhodo. God, that feels weird. No, I feel like it would have been easier if he just named me Ryutaro Suzudo. Why did you accompany Giselle Brett to the beach in the first place? What's more, you were alone together, correct? Oh, no, absolutely not. That was definitely not the case. There were other people there too, like the detective escorting her. He asked me to join her, so I just ended up going along.
However, the important thing here is that when the murder occurred, you were both alone together in that hut.
By the way, everyone at home, you're not the only ones that notice that the text goes a lot slower in this game. Unfortunately, there is no text speed option. There's only the skip dialogue option, even if it's been unseen. So that's what I'm having to do is that when it's slow, I'm just gonna press A to get it to go to the end of it because the text is quite slow in this game for some reason.
And it makes them sound like they're talking really
Incidentally,
slowly.
as for the reason this girl accompanied her, I can only think of one thing. It was because it was her final opportunity to kill the victim.
No, that's not true.
After all, after that day passed, Giselle Brett would be sent off to Shanghai. By that point, you would never have the chance to lay your hands on her again.
Oh boy. Don't make such baseless accusations.
That prosecutor certainly uses rather aggressive tactics. However, you must gather information first. Calm yourself.
I'm scared of what I'll find, but I have to get what information I can. What would a proper attorney ask at this point?
Okay, so they want us to ask all three.
Yeah.
Beach resort.
Excuse me? May I ask you a question, Prosecutor Auchi?
What would a pretty-faced bumpkin student want from me?
What on earth is this beach resort business all about?
This may be a bit too trendy for a bumpkin such as yourself, but bathing at the beach is the latest health trick from the West. Why, just submerge yourself in seawater and watch his body and mind entirely healed.
No, that's not quite what I meant. Giselle Brett was a convicted murderer, no? So why, pray tell, was she frolicking by the seaside?
I hear she wanted to make memories.
Excuse me?
Giselle Brett was scheduled to be transferred to Shanghai the following day. As such, she wanted her last memory of Japan to be enjoying herself at one of our beaches. Our government was under severe pressure from the British
Legation
legation to allow her as much.
You mean they granted that request?
Par for the course, our fair land is a pushover when it comes to foreign powers. Please talk faster, everybody.
God.
It appears we don't have the courage to refuse a criminal's silly demands.
Don't look at me like that. I'm the one who gave permission for that, not the one who gave permission to the government.
You just straight up said I'm when it said the.
Whoops.
Then there was no issue so long as there was a detective there to keep constant watch.
And yet, here we are in court discussing her murder.
Don't look at me like that. The one who took her life was that girl that offended Stan.
You haven't proven that.
Seems we'd best not say anything that would get that prosecutor worked up.
I believe this is a sufficient overview of the case.
For the 9 months since his Albrecht sentence, he's been studying at the university's lab, free from the confines of a jail cell. Of course, she and Miss Murasame would have met around the campus.
The one who had killed Haori's mentor was out there, enjoying life as a free woman?
That was a temporary arrangement until her transfer. Feelings of hatred toward that woman would be far from unfounded.
Haori.
Your Honor, if I may direct your attention to this photograph. Every time I like this, it is a photograph of the scene of the crime as it was time of the murder.
That's murder, all right.
A truly horrifying sight, to be sure.
As you can see, there was nowhere for anyone to hide within the hut.
The court will accept this photograph as evidence.
Okay,
Hmm.
good stuff.
The victim and the defendant were alone at the crime scene, hidden behind closed doors. Indeed, this is rather damning evidence.
Of course, there's more to be seen, Your Honor.
Hmm?
The prosecution has prepared something that will undoubtedly prove the defendant's crime. Decisive evidence. And witnesses who saw the moment of the
I
crime.
thought they were alone. What, witnesses? You mean there was actually somebody else there?
On top of that, one of these witnesses is a valued detective of the Imperial Police.
He did it.
I proclaim here and now that there is no doubt that his testimony is true.
Ugh.
He did it. He totally did it. It's the rule of
Is
the
it-
rule of law.
Osanaga? Would it be him?
Okay, he didn't do it if that's the case. He didn't do it.
In that case, Prosecutor Auchi, you may begin establishing your claim.
Could be Osanaga.
I, Takisuchi Auchi, have waited long for this moment. The unforgettable judgment made right here in the Supreme Court 9 months ago. The humiliation thrust upon me by that cocky pumpkin student.
Oh, that's right. I didn't even think about
Yeah.
Did readers get our hodo?
that. Changed his hair
Yeah,
for it.
there's you.
Yes?
I swear to you, until the end of days, the Auchi clan will be a royal pain in your side.
Oh, partner.
The prideful men of old will be toppled by the younger generation. That's the natural course of history. Make sure your descendants know that as well.
That's right, he straight up drew his katana on him. That's right, I remember that now. God, I forgot all about that.
I know I'd fallen from grace when my hair fell over my face. Yes, as the Ino era faded into history, so too did my hair.
This sounds like a rather belated rendition of the Meiji Restoration.
Silence! After the day I swore to carry out my revenge, a small miracle happened.
There's only one prosecutor that's allowed to say silence in this household, sir, and it's not you.
Take a look at my head. On this circuit land I sought completely desolate, spotted this seedling of hope.
I think I can actually feel something radiating from Prosecutor Auchi's forehead. I'm afraid I'm a little lost. Where on your head am I supposed to see hope?
Silence to you as well. Today, I will reign victorious over the bumpkin by the same name, Naruhodo. I will seize victory in the name of hope. You'd best prepare yourself, boy. Now, witnesses, take the stand.
Seems that this trial is of utmost importance to both sides. Both have something important riding on the result.
Don't compare Haori's life to a sprout of hair.
That I understand.
Yep.
Hey!
He's in beach clothes.
Oh,
my
hi.
God, hi.
Hey, buddy.
Come on, state your names and occupations to the court.
This is a disguise that can conceal my identity. Satoru Osanaga, detective of the Imperial Police.
Sasaki.
That's right. The future literary master whose name will echo throughout the Imperial capital. The author of the world-renowned serialization, I Am a Cat, Sasaki Natsume. Can we talk for who's your new friend?
Whoa!
Come now, poor country student. Relax your shoulders and your spirit.
Huh?
It must be difficult to remain composed before a dazzling celebrity such as myself, no?
Yes? Why is Soseki here?
Keep your guard up, Susanoo. After all, you became acquainted with them right up back in London. If he exposes your identity, it's curtains for you.
Yes, I understand. Whew, Soseki Natsume. Of course, there's no way I could forget him. Something about him seems to have changed since the last time we met. Even Detective Hosanaga's bizarre outfit seems somewhat overshadowed by him.
They both look tan.
Yeah.
There's something strange on my face.
You got some sun. You were pale as fuck before. Not quite on your face, but there's something there, that's for sure. I love her! Doesn't look like Detective Osanaga realizes who I am either.
Are you perhaps intrigued by my appearance? Why is there a turtle on your head? That's what I want to know.
Oh yeah, there is.
Faithfully reproduce my outfit from the time I witnessed the incident. If you plan to testify, then do it to the utmost perfection. That is my motto. But why the turtle? Why did you have a turtle in the first place?
While I can understand the presence of a detective of the Imperial Police, how did a literary figure such as yourself come to witness the incident?
Oh, about that. It's a long story.
I bet you never imagined that you'd be doing his voice again so soon.
Nope.
If at all.
The day of the incident, I was invited to a lecture as a professional writer. I was in attendance all morning in the auditorium of Imperial Yume University.
Yume University?
After the lecture, I had a pleasant discussion in the university's medical research laboratory. I spoke with the professor standing over there.
Huh? With Professor Mikotoba?
Yes, the meeting was planned by a certain newspaper company. There was to be an extensive discussion between former exchange students in the British Empire.
It's natural for a trendy writer like myself to be popular. The media's covering me even now. Candid action, endless camera eyes.
Okay then.
A full report of our discussion has been published in this newspaper. A poor student like yourself would do well to read this. I've purchased numerous spare copies.
Thank you very much. He shoved the newspaper right into my face.
Well then, I guess it's gonna be evidence. You should probably take a look at that soon.
This is the Susanoo content that we've all needed.
I know, right?
It's so great to hear her thoughts for once. And
Yeah.
she has some pretty funny thoughts.
She's been hanging around Naruhodo for too long. And Sherlock.
So there's something.
And Iris. All of them.
Rubbed off on
At
her.
any rate, after a discussion with the professor, the British lady appeared in the laboratory and began to speak. I wanted to see the Japanese Ocean with everyone, so she said.
As I mentioned earlier, that woman was not arrested. Even after a trial, she continued her research in my laboratory under constant surveillance.
With regards to that, the university submitted a request to the government post-haste. She was allowed with the condition that she remained under the watch of an officer.
Just a full disclosure, that officer was none other than me.
And thus, this is how everyone ended up embarking on a friendly trip to the beach.
It was quite difficult to clear the civilians out of the area surrounding the beach. I'm still so thrown off by the turtle on his head. It keeps distracting me.
Like it's strapped to his head. Like,
yeah, with a rope. Because my health has been on tiptoe shape. So naturally, I wish to carry out my duties perfectly.
Tiptoe shape?
He says as he bleeds from his mouth.
You said tiptoe shape.
Tip top. Fuck.
Detective? Now there does appear to be something strange on your face.
Oh, my sincerest apologies. Speaking of which, father. Oh, that's. never mind.
Wow!
Yes, it went to him, and I heard the word father, and I was like, whoops. I see his face, I go to the voice. Whoops.
Speaking of which, Father, did you accompany them to the beach?
Hello. I did not go. Fortunately, I had some work to finish.
Fortunately.
On the other hand, it was quite unfortunate that my assistant, Miss Murasame, was also invited.
I also found myself accepting the invitation and joining their little frolic. Oh, if only I had stayed home, then I could have avoided seeing such a sight. Complaint and utter regret.
Who is that dude?
That must be his assistant, I'll assume.
Maybe, yeah.
I'm sure we'll find out
Anyway.
eventually.
Now the court demands your testimony.
It was the assistant, obviously.
Tell us honestly the truth you were faced with on that fateful frolic.
Fateful frolic.
What's your command?
Dude, your face.
Complete and utter regret.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, I'm not sure what they did with the... I don't know if it was just a side effect of when they were doing the translation of the game, or if it's just the way that The Greatest Attorney 2 is in general, but like, there are some lines that are, you know, faster paced than normal, but most of the text is slower than it usually is. So I don't know if that was
like,
just...
in all the other games, including the first one, there would be times where it was slower than normal, but that was because for like drama.
Yeah.
Like,
And,
when
like,
the character was saying it's slower than normal, but
and I've
like,
been paying attention to the music just to try and check to see if like
if
the
it's not
game was running
emulator-
slow. Grant, I've been looking at the bottom. It says that the game is running at 100% speed, and the music's been fine even when the text has its slow moments.
Huh.
Like then it'll have the fast text, which is just as fast as it usually is.
Yeah.
But the regular text is just a little off sometimes.
Oh well.
I was under special orders that day. Wearing this outfit, I went out to keep watch over her. As I was frolicking with Crab on the bench, I suddenly heard a scream from
On
behind.
the bench.
On the beach. Fuck.
Wow, are
Man.
you okay?
It's been a long day. I worked-
Tiptoe shape, freaking frolicking with the crab on the bench. You're
working on New Year's Eve's got me wiped
first
out, man.
recording of the new year.
I haven't even gotten into the New Year's alcohol
We're not.
yet. Come on.
We're not even. We're not even 2 hours into the new year yet, and you're
2021, I'm already maximum me. This is peak existence
maximum
of me.
Evan.
God, I busted into the beach hut to find those two inside. Oh, that girl bent over in the... That girl was bent over the British lady. She plunged the knife deep into her back. She removed the knife and had blood on it. This proves that she stabbed him many times.
Many times? I thought it was just once.
As I say, I have to look at that. So
Certainly seems that these two saw what happened. They saw the moment that this deplorable crime was committed.
Oh, but I believe I promised more. Worry not, I have it right here. That's right. Here I have some damning evidence.
It's a pen.
Is this one of these fountain pens that I've heard so much about?
When we investigated the body, we discovered this long and narrow object. On the brink of death, she muttered up all her strength to reach out in front of... Mustered up all of her strength to reach out in front of her. And clutch onto this evidence, which reveals the killer.
You can't be serious.
Your Honor, if I may draw your attention to the crime scene photo I submitted earlier.
Oh, the victim! She's holding on to something, and it doesn't look like it was planted on her.
That object is the fountain pen that was just presented. Your Honor, I'd like to ask that you take a good look at that pen.
is that a secret knife?
Good heavens! The owner's initials are engraved on the side. HM. This looks familiar. Why, these are the defendant's initials.
It can't be.
Oh,
Yep. This is great.
The court will accept this fountain pen as damning evidence.
ow. Do you know anyone else that has an HM? Probably not.
Well then, decisive testimony and decisive evidence. Outside, the summer sky is so lovely blue. A fine day for a guilty verdict, don't you think?
No. Prosecutor Auchi really has changed. He gives off a completely different air than he did 9 months ago.
Go on, Mr. Naruto. Cross-examination, if you please.
He has an IQ of 2 instead of 1. Okay.
Mr. Naruto!
Naruhodo. That's me. The man himself.
That was a new animation.
I don't see any other Naruto here, do you?
I wish there was. As it happens, there actually aren't any Naruhodos here at all.
I'm counting on you, cousin.
As a legal assistant, I've stood in the courts countless times, pursuing the contradictions in a witness's testimony to uncover the truth. That's a cross-examination, a duty that falls to the defense attorney. The only way now is forward.
Forward we go.
Don't fuck up, Susanoo.
All right. Before we go into the cross-examination, let's take a look at some of the others we got. We only got 3 things. Number 1, crime scene photo. Oh, that's how we get the eyeglass
There's her
thing.
mask.
There it is. Now, I will say one thing that leads me to believe that that pen actually was planted, and it's the fact of this dropped over wine glass. Unless that was just sitting on the floor and just toppled over beside her feet. You'd think that that would have to be in that hand. It couldn't be in that hand, otherwise it would be on that right side. But there's that knocked over wine glass.
Because, like, why would the wine glass be sitting on the ground?
And toppled over. You know, like I said, unless someone just happened to put one there, which wouldn't make sense. And then there's the wine bottle way back there.
Look at your keen eye.
I know, right? I can catch things every once in a while.
What are you looking at, Swan?
Okay, sorry. I was looking at the mask, apparently. Okay, and then...
oh, yeah, wasn't that swan alive?
It was. Well, the swan's dead now, too. Whoops, that's a double murder.
He died with her.
There's a box with a bunch of shoes or luggage and stuff. Is that a foot? Is there someone hiding over there? No, it's just probably in the feet of the stand. It's
like technically it's a foot.
And a coffee machine, or is that probably tea? I don't even know what the hell that is. That's some kind of beverage up there.
It's not important.
Exactly. And then we have the stab. Hey, that's bloody. Okay. What about this article, ladies? So,
oh my god.
I was hoping there would actually be one of those, reading moments, but why do you have your hand against father's throat? Just like karate.
What his face? His freaking face.
Okay.
Oh whoa, there's cat.
That might be one of the kittens that was brought over from the credits last time. He's a man on a bike. Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
So, I didn't think that would disappear so quickly.
Your ADD is in top form today.
Unfortunately,
there's a man
I don't
on
know
a
what's
bike.
happened. Okay, but you know what? Maybe that's helped me realize something else.
Yes.
Because obviously we have this, which means it's evidence.
Yes.
I was hoping there would be how like the other paper you could turn around and be like, oh, you can read the story and all that. But you can't do that on this. But there's another detail that I noticed that might be important.
What?
Look at the right side of the picture. The very, very right side of the picture.
Okay.
This photo was taken. Now, do you notice anything weird about the picture?
Oh, there's a crack.
Exactly.
What the frick?
Which makes it seem like the camera that was used to take this picture was broken.
Huh.
I can't examine that to actually realize if that's a thing or not. I can just look at it in more detail. Look at that high quality crack. That's definitely a crack. That's not like anything. It's definitely a cracked camera, which should be probably important, I would assume. And then the fountain pen.
Are you sure it's
I can't examine that at all. Never mind.
Like a wrinkle in the newspaper or something?
That's definitely not. That is part of the picture.
Okay.
So. Okay.
Just playing devil's advocate over here.
No, I got you. And then I was going to investigate that, but I can't. It won't let me even touch it. So I guess we don't have that ability right now. We have to unlock that one first. The fucking turtle. Okay, anyways. Especially that day wearing this outfit.
Were you wearing the turtle too? You mean you were dressed like that?
Yes, that's right. No, I mean, I was working, of course. It's not like I was idly swimming around the ocean. I wore this outfit for a reason. Try and keep an eye on things discreetly. That was the special order I received.
Discreetly?
To be a good detective, you need to know to blend in with your surroundings.
Please tell me your definition of discreet was when you were in the water, you would drop your head down and just be a turtle in the water. Please tell me that's your definition of discreet, because I love that.
Blend in with your surroundings. Yes, like by hanging from a coat hanger on the wall.
Is that...
Oh my god!
So I'm straight to the salty sea, allowing only my turtle to peek over the waters. Like this! No one passing by would have thought it was just a simple turtle frolicking in the ocean.
Frolicking? Both of them are just like, huh. I'm not sure it would have been necessary to blend in quite that much.
Perhaps going to such great lengths could have delayed your arrival to the crime scene.
'Cause he'd be in the ocean. Maybe I shouldn't press too much on this particular point.
Oh my god, it's even better than I could have imagined. Alright. Frolicking with the crab on a beach. And then you heard a scream.
Look at her tiny little voice!
It's great.
Oh, that was, of course, the victim's scream, yes?
Well, if I wanted to use an idiom, I'd say the woman screamed bloody murder. Eek! Something like that, I suppose. Although, as someone who's never been murdered, I wouldn't know how to scream bloody murder.
I should hope that he never finds out.
Anyway, I turned and behind and
Beheld.
I turned and beheld.
He's an author using weird words on me.
I turned and beheld a beach hut.
No one actually talks like that, though. That's why I was so thrown off.
Beheld means saw.
I know it does, but no one uses that. No one goes, behold, a Walmart!
I mean, Sherlock would.
But that is Sherlock, okay?
Behold,
Anyway, I turned and beheld a beach hut.
in modern times, behold a Walmart.
Behold, a Walmart! What is this dastardly?
These things are cursed. And what do you mean by beach hut?
The area has a number of holiday homes for use in the high government officials. Members of the general public are prohibited from entering, so it's a quiet beach. There are several simple huts on the beach, available for changing or respite.
I thought it was respite.
I don't know, English man.
The British lady was occupying that particular hut by herself. Since the hut was taken, I had no choice but to change in my bathing suit on the beach.
That must have been rather embarrassing.
Anyway, after tossing the crab aside, I ran toward the hut.
Toss the crab?
If I wanted to use a smile,
A simile. Wow, Evan.
if I wanted to use a simile, I'd say I scuttled away sideways like a crab. But
You
quicker.
said away instead of sideways.
Oh, man! Woo, I'm in tip-top shape.
You mean tiptoe shape?
Gonna press it. Press it.
The look you just gave. When you say those two, could you mean...
No, I could mean, in fact, I do mean. I'm talking about the British lady and the defendant,
Howery?
Haori Marasume, of course.
Maybe you could be a little more specific in your testimony then?
If you're expecting me to name someone else, then I'm sorry to have disappointed you.
How very foolish to cling to such impossible hopes.
So says the man who won't shut up about the hope sprouting out of his forehead.
So back to the people
He
in the
keeps
hut.
tapping it. It's weird.
What did the situation look like?
It was getting quite lively, I knew I had to act. When I flung aside the curtain and made my way inside, there was the poor Brit lying on the sand, bending over who was the demonic defendant.
Jesus, dude.
Uh-oh, the turtle just went...
Well, it's also like a bobblehead turtle.
I know, it's just so cute. I love it. I want to give it a pet. And a little pellet of food.
I was surprised
gonna
that I thought
feed
my
the
glass might
toy?
crack.
I thought it was an actual turtle.
No, it was a bobblehead. Its
Oh.
head sprung.
I wish it was a real turtle.
It really was an awful tragedy.
Ugh, he doesn't look like he's lying. So, Seki, did you see the same thing?
Oh, you're asking me?
Okay. She plunged the knife into her back. Did you see that clearly?
Why, yes, I did. The explosion of agony,
Agony.
the splash of blood, sounds like a flinging crabs, the detective's turtles.
That was important. I was making a joke earlier saying that the assistant did it, but then he pulled out a camera,
Oh.
and I'm like, interesting. I could be getting way ahead of myself, but
You probably are. No!
I close my eyes. I don't want to fall asleep yet. I still see it vividly. I block my ears yet. I still hear it clearly. That, gentlemen, is what I, the soon-to-be great writer Soseki Natsume, believe I saw.
The Fitz, what is that high-pitched girly shriek just now?
Sir, Ryutaro Naruhodo am definitely a simple Japanese man.
If I may, Sir Soseki, I would like to pose a question. Just now, you said you believed that's what you saw.
Oh
His
boy, it's been a while
eyes.
since I've seen that twitch.
Yep. Oh, so what you mean to say is you're not confident that you actually saw what you thought you saw. Oh, he's
What?
doing that.
Nay! To that I say nay! My ears indubitably heard a scream, and my eyes, they indubitably saw blood! Don't be surprised if you read a similar and vivid scene of my story in a forest paper!
Christ.
I suppose we'll see a chilling version of bloodshed in tomorrow's
Vision.
installment of I Am a Cat. Fuck.
The more you press Soseki, the more insistent he'll be that his testimony is correct.
The word troublesome comes to mind.
She lived a knife had blood on it. This proves that she stabbed her many times.
That is not correct.
I doubt about that.
She's stabbed her many times. How can you be so sure of that?
It's simple. I saw the blood on the blade.
Blood?
What I saw was the moment the defendant lifted the knife above her head. Certainly I say, that's precisely what I saw!
Oh,
And there was already blood on the knife when she lifted it up. Consequently, this means that she had already stabbed the victim once. Certainly I say, that's precisely what I saw! However, the victim was gripping the killer's fountain pen in her hand. This once again makes it clear that the victim did not die instantly. Certainly I say, that's precisely what I saw!
I must say, Soseki seems to have picked up a bit of British rowdiness during his time abroad.
There's nothing logical about what he's saying. If you plan to testify, do it to the utmost perfection. That's my motto.
And I suppose you also had plans to protect the victim to the utmost perfection, too? Seems like your motto just exists to serve yourself, honestly.
Jesus.
Damn, Susanoo, go off!
Ow.
Damn!
I'm no
Defense,
turtle.
mind your manners toward the witness.
You'll speak to the turtle now.
She.
That was some
That was some alley level salt.
that was some sass right there.
Oh, my head is spinning from all this testimony. I don't know what to do, and my eyes are darting all over the place.
Now, first try to calm down.
But I'm trying so hard to find a contradiction. And those two have no reason to lie at all.
If they don't have a reason to, witnesses will often lie anyway. They jump to a wrong conclusion, that has deceived them, or they've made an assumption.
An assumption?
There's only one thing that can reveal the truth.
Do you mean evidence?
No. I mean your son. Yes, the evidence! Exactly! I see you're not a legal assistant for nothing. Jesus. If you touch the present button during the testimony, you can view the court record. Then take a good look at what they're saying versus the information in the evidence. There might be a discrepancy to be found. This is the contradiction we're after.
A contradiction.
If you find a piece of evidence that contradicts the witness's statement, you should present it. You might find that a whole new possibility comes up to light.
Understood. While I look at the evidence, I should search for a contradiction with the witness's statements. I wonder if I'm really up to this task.
Yeah, you are.
You can listen to their testimony as many times as you need to. Everybody starts somewhere. Dot your eyes around as much as you feel you need to. And don't forget, you're the only lawyer that Mr.
Murasame has. That's a fucking name.
Yes, sir. Let's listen to it again from the start.
We don't need to, because I think we have think we have what we need, because I mean it's a post-mortem, and it was
One deep stab wound.
Yep, the one. So it's the
I
whole
remembered.
the thing at the very beginning, or the very end. The
Yeah.
end is the beginning. Now, man, my brain needs to fix itself. And ba-da-bop.
Her tiny voice.
So cute.
How have they not figured out that she's a girl?
I know, right?
No guy sounds like itty. When the word left my mouth, I began to understand. When attorneys like Kazuma and Naruhodo stand at the defense's bench,
Or stood. I mean,
Oof. This is the kind of fearsome opposition they're up against.
and we're gonna get against that opposition next time.
Look at her close up of her cute
I was gonna
face.
say with the close up of that adorable face, I love it.
Smoosh your cheeks.
I was going to say that. You stole it from me. How could you? Oh my God. Hopefully by tomorrow I'll have a working brain and mouth.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Ooh-wee.